Hello again. We're going to go ahead and move forward. So we are getting closer and closer to being able to just find the area of a regular polygon. There's a little diversion I want to make to talk about triangles. So let's get started. As a reminder, we're going to have a couple other videos up this week. Stay tuned for them. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please email me. Uh, if you have any specific questions that you want answered or specific problems that you're having with certain problems, send me an email. I can talk you through a little bit. And then, as I've been saying, our eventual goal is to find the area of a regular polygon by carving it up into triangles. So here's the thing. We need to know how to find the area of a triangle that we don't have all the information for. What we're going to talk about here is how to find the area of a triangle when you have the things that you need. Here, I'm going to be always giving you, if I have you do something like this, I'm always going to give you the stuff for this formula. I'm going to give you two sides and the angle in the middle. And if you notice, it's just 1/2 times the first side times the second side times the sine of the angle in between. And that is the area of a triangle. You could show why it is. Basically, you would go through, you could draw a little line here for the height perpendicular to your base and show how the missing side is your missing piece sine of the angle, which is 90, and then it goes away. But for us, we don't really care about that so much. Here's what it is. We're going to work that through, and we're going to use it, especially going forward. So let's practice this skill right here. We're going to start off, once I get the little thingy, and we're going to solve for the area of each of these figures. Each of them is going to be a triangle. Each of them is going to give you the two sides and the angle in the middle, and this is cut off, but obviously we're going to round to the nearest tenth because, you know, that's fine. So basically, locate your A, your B, and your angle. Let's call that A. There's A. Let's call that B. There's B. And here's your angle. We'll call that X, just like we did on the previous page. And then we're going to plug it in. So area equals 1/2. I'm going to write out the whole equation. A, B, sine, put an I in there, maybe even, of X. And then we're going to plug everything in. There's A, there's your B, there's your X. So area equals 1/2 times 2 times 3 times the sine of 140 degrees. And I'm going to tell you, do not try and crunch this out. Just throw it into your calculator. That's what calculators are for. That's why we invented them. Use it. 0.5 times 2 times 3 times the sine of 140 degrees, close parentheses, and you're going to end up with your area. And your area is 1.928 362,829. And again, they say around to the nearest tenth. So we're going to look, that's a 2. This whole mess goes away. And our area is 1.9. And we talked about units for area before. If the length is a particular unit, the area is that unit squared. So we've got kilometers for our length. And so here is kilometers squared. And that is our area. So, I mean, that's all there is to it. If you are having trouble seeing what goes where, please feel free to bring everything back to this diagram picture. It will help, it will make a difference, and you will have an easier time going forward if you practice bringing everything back to here first. For those of you who already have it, awesome, great job. Keep on keeping on. So let's do another problem. Take a minute, see if you can get it yourself. Pause the video if you have to. It's the same exact thing. All right, so at this point, you should have identified here's your A, here's your B, here's your X. And we're going to go through and we're going to write it out. The area equals 1/2 A, B, sine X. And we're going to plug in our A, B, and our X, and we're going to get 1/2 of 8 times, that's an 8, I promise, 8, 2 times the sine of 88 degrees. And we're going to plug that into the calculator. 1/2, that's just 0.5, times 8 times 2 times the sine of 88, close parentheses, and you get the area is equal to 7.995 12616, and you're going to look at that and you're going to say, all right, well, that 9 rounds this 9 up to a 10. That means this is going to be 8.0, and that is, the area is 8.0 kilometers squared. Yes. All right, last one. Again, give it a try on your own. Remember, you're rounding to the nearest tenth. All right, so let's go over it. Area equals 1/2. Well, A is 8, B is 3, and then the angle is 149. Ooh, let's try that again. That looks ugly, doesn't it? Maybe someday. 9. Well, better than nothing. Okay, so one thing to be aware of is for these, I'm always going to give you A, B, and X directly. Just be aware of that. For these, you shouldn't have to find any of them specifically. Maybe, I don't know, they'll give you the other two angles and you go, oh, 180 minus those two gives you what you need. But, you know, I wouldn't be too worried about it. They should all be fine. But then again, go on and do this. Same thing. 1/2 times 8 times 3 times the sine of 149. Close your parentheses, and you get 6.1845, yada, 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 yada. We only need to the nearest tenth, so we're most concerned with this hundredths place. That 8 rounds this 1 up to a 2. And so our final answer here is in feet squared, right? 6.2 feet squared, because the units are feet, and so the area is in feet squared. Okay, so there's a couple examples on what to do this basic skill. We're going to, in the next video, apply this to areas of any old regular figure. All right, see you next time.